guys, and welcome back to Gina's Natural Way. If you are new or new to my channel, then welcome. Today we're going to be doing another reading of The Lies Women Believe by Nancy DeMoss. And I wanted to make sure that everybody liked the book because the last couple books I think people really didn't care for. And I started reading this and I got a lot of good response from it. So I think we're going to, I know we're going to go ahead and continue to read it. And I read a little bit ahead to kind of make sure, and I really do like it. So I think it's a really good book. We're going to take our time and go step by step with this book. We're not going to rush through it so that we could get so we can get the best, what we need to get out of it. Go ahead and grab you some coffee. We're just going to be discussing things. I'm actually having some. You guys, don't forget to check out my store, Gina's Christian Online Store. This is the biggest seller, you guys. Pray, hustle, succeed, repeat. Everybody loves these cups, and they buy a lot of these cups. I went to the bazaar thing that we had at one of the churches here where I live at, and oh my gosh, like this truly is the biggest seller. Everybody loves this cup for some reason. I think it may just be the whole words of it, pray, hustle, succeed. That's how we are. So make sure you check out the store. It is snowing where I am at. Hopefully, well, by the time this video go up, I hope my husband's gonna be home. If you guys didn't know, we're gonna be relocating soon. Well, not soon, but relocating to Texas. So his job is flying him back and forth. And so Texas had snow the other day. And I guess they hadn't had snow since 2004, and it was really windy, so they actually canceled his flight. But today, we are in a blizzard. And so it's pretty bad out where we are today, so hopefully he could get home safely. So you guys be in prayer for that. Because, I want my husband home. He's been gone, and I'm just not really used to being away from him like that. So it's like, I miss my husband. I really want my husband home. So hopefully all goes well, and his flight he can make it home safely. And for those who normally don't get snow, I'm praying for you because I know that some cities and states are not equipped to deal with what we deal with here. I'm in Michigan, and so we have all the snow trucks and everything to deal with it, but you guys don't. So I'm definitely praying for you guys and those who are in California with that fire. Oh my gosh, so much going on all the time in the world. We just have to stay prayed up, right? So one more thing, if you're interested in getting your life together and losing weight or getting in shape, and you're a Christian, you don't mind me praying and doing things like that over you, then definitely join our weight loss group. It's called Reclaim Your Life. It's on Facebook only, though, you guys. I do pretty much everything on Facebook. Reclaim Your Life, where we're going to do that in 3 months. But I just say Christian just because I don't want anybody getting offended if I pray or if I do whatever. And so if you're don't mind that, then come on and join our challenge. It's going to be a 3-month challenge. It starts on Monday. So it's called Reclaim Your Life. I'll put a link in the description box. And then lastly, we have a War Binder 30-day that's going to be starting on January 1st. So if you have not purchased your War Binder yet, I'll leave a link so you can get your War Binder, okay? But that's another thing you definitely want to join, all right? So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I like the way she has this book set up. So it's set up like it's a diary of Eve, and go back and watch the first one if you haven't watched the first one, because that's important to know what this is about. But it's just about like the things that we believe as women. We listen to the devil, and one thing that it started from Eve because she listened to the devil tell her to take a bite from that apple, and because she did that, we have so much things going on today, all starting from that, y'all, because we was living the good life, back then, those who were alive. So let's get started. I'm on page 27 for those who got the book. I do know some people bought the book, so shout out to you. So let's go ahead, page 27. It says, Dear Diary, and this is like Eve's diary, okay? My head is spinning. I hardly know where to start. Okay, let me say one more thing real quick. So this is interpretation of like what her diary would be. Of course, they don't know what her diary was. It's just fires the book, okay? So, oh, my dog's in here. Okay, so, Dear Diary, my head is spinning and I hardly know where to start. This day started out so perfectly, like every other day we've ever had. As we always do, Adam and I got up early to take a walk with God. Those walks have always been the highlight of our day. But this morning, no one said anything for a while. We just enjoyed being together. Then God started singing, and it was a love song. When he got to the chorus, we started to sing with him. First Adam's deep voice, then I joined in, and we sang and we sang and we sang about love and stars and joy and God. Finally, we all sat down under a big shade tree near the middle of the garden. And we thanked God for being so good. And we told him all we wanted to do was to make him happy and to find our happiness in him. It was such a sweet time. It always was when the three of us were together. I don't know how to explain what happened next. All of a sudden, we heard a voice that we'd never heard before. And I turned, and there, looking right at me, was the most beautiful creature I'd ever seen. He talked directly to me. Oh, and he made me feel important. And I found myself wanting to hear more of what he had to say. Now, I'm not sure what happened to God at this point. It wasn't like he left us. I think I just kind of forgot. He was there. But in fact, for a while, I forgot Adam was there too. I felt as if I were along with this dazzling, mysterious creature. The conversation that followed is indelibly etched in my mind. He asked me questions I'd never thought about before. Then he offered me some things that I had never had before. Things I'd never thought about that I needed, like independence from God and Adam. That's just something, right? The devil always wraps himself up so good, and he makes himself look so big and so wonderful. All the time he comes in just this package of a man or a package of whoever and tempts us, right? Even if we're married, it still happens because somebody's going to show you something better. This is what the devil do. I had always looked up to God and Adam, but this creature said they would look up to me. So she's getting power, right? And she's being empowered, right? It says, knowledge of mysteries only known to God. So she's going to learn a little bit more, right? Things that only God knows. So he's going to give her these things, right? Permission to eat the fruit from the tree in the middle of the garden. So at this point, he's letting her know, honey, you can have any and everything you need. I will give you everything. How does that sound? Who's done that, you know? Where they said they make things look so good. First, I just listened and looked. But in my heart, I pondered, I questioned, I debated. Adam had reminded me many of times that God had said we must not eat the fruit of that tree. Like Adam did tell me that. But the creature kept looking into my eyes and talking in such a soothing voice. And I found myself believing him. Oh, it felt so right. And finally I surrendered. I reached out, cautiously at first. The more boldly I took it and I ate it. And then I handed it to Adam. And he ate. And we ate it together. First me, then him. Those next moments were a blur. Sensations deep down inside that I've never had before. New awareness. Kind of like a secret I'm not supposed to know. Elation and depression at the same time. Liberation, prison, rising, falling, confident, afraid, ashamed, dirty, hiding. I can't let him see me like this, alone, so very sad. Lost and deceived. That's good, right? And that's exactly how the devil creeps into your life with any situation, everything. Like if he knows you're struggling with something, he's gonna, just take that drink. Just take it. You'll be able to stop after a couple. You'll be fine. Just here, smoke this. Snort this, right? Here, just sleep with this person. He does it all the time, right? And he makes it look so tempting. All right, let's keep going. Truth or consequences. Become a world-class violinist instantaneously. How to play the piano instantly. Important health at the flip of a switch. Ad for a kitchen appliance. Melt 10 pounds in 10 minutes. A workout so easy you do it in your pajamas. Delivers so much peace of mind it could be covered under your health plan. Now that was an ad for a popular car. Look better and feel younger in just minutes a day. The key to a healthier life. Now that's an ad for an oxygen changer. and the price tag, oxygen chamber, and the price tag for that is $3,999.95. Wow. Our culture is riddled with deception. It's everywhere. It's illustrated by these kinds of outlandish advertising claims. Sometimes it is easy to see through the falsehood, as in the claim that one can become a world-class violinist instantaneously. Unfortunately, however, most deception is not quite so easy to detect. Deception in advertising appeals to our natural human longings. We want to believe that somehow, mysteriously, those unwanted pounds really could just melt away in 10 minutes. Like, really? Okay. That's why I said reclaim your life in 3 months. And even that's still going to be, right? It says no sweat, no discipline, no cost, no effort, no pain. That's why we buy the pills, the diet drink powders, and the exercise equipments sold on the infomercials. A clever and cunning pitchman whose intention was to change Adam and Eve's thinking about God and its ways designed for the first advertising campaign. Satan's objective was to drive a wedge between God and his creatures. His rightly assumed that the man and the woman were not likely to support anything that appeared to be an all-out assault on God. But he knew that instead he would have to subtly trick them, to deceive them, to seduce them by making an offer that appeared to be reasonable, desirable, and not entirely anti-God. Satan deceived Eve through a clever combination of outright lies, half-truths, and falsehoods disguised as truth. And he began by planting seeds of doubt in her mind about what God had actually said. Did God really say that? Right? Genesis 3:1. Next, what he did was he led her to be careless with the word of God and to suggest that God had said something that, in fact, he did not say. He had not said, do not eat. God had said, do not eat the fruit of the tree. However, Eve quoted God as saying, you must not touch it. Satan deceived Eve by causing her to question the goodness, love, and motives of God. Did God really say you must not eat from the tree in the garden? He asked. The implication was, has God put restrictions on your freedom? Sounds like he don't want you to be happy. Ooh, you know what? That reminds me of a family member. Well, it's my husband's family member, but still my family member. We were out there a few weeks ago, and he was like, he wants to be into church, but I think he kind of struggles a little bit with being into church. So this family member was like, he wants to be in a church, but he deals with a lot of stuff. I won't tell his personal business, but he deals with a lot of sins. And he's like, yeah, he's like, you know, God have you doing all this stuff. And okay, so he's like, cause he like struggles. He wants to be a Christian so bad, but like I said, he struggles with so many sins. And then he's like, God don't want you to do anything. The Bible's just not really realistic. And I said, but everything that God's doing, it is to protect you. Everything that God tells you to do, he tells you don't get drunk. Why? Because when you get drunk, bad things happen. You start acting crazy. You can't remember. You don't have control over your body. He tells you not to defile your temple. He just don't want you to be like overweight and stuff like that. Why? Because not that he don't want you to eat nothing good. He wants you to live a long, healthy life. He don't want you to have diseases. So I was trying to explain to him, I'm like, and then far as like adultery, he just don't want, he wants you to stay married. He don't want, so like it helps us to live a good life. And I was trying to explain that to him, and he's like, no, it's like we can't do anything, but it's the devil telling him lies, saying that it's not attainable. You can't do that. I used to think the same thing when I was younger too. I was like, man, you can't do nothing being a Christian. I was like, this is so boring. You can't do this, you can't do that. And then I was like, then I had a flash to go off in my head. It's like, God's just trying to protect me and preserve my life. So even going clubbing, what if it gets shot up in a club? Or what if something happened? What if somebody slip a Mickey in your drink or whatever? I have a friend of mine who he's since died. He was in a club. They slipped something in his drink, and literally he wound up killing his grandfather. He went crazy, and he wound up killing himself, unfortunately. This is a young guy, he died, I think, when we were like 20-something years old because of that. Like, God's just trying to help us to live a good life, you guys. And the devil makes it look so bad. Like, oh, he don't want you to do this. That's what the devil's doing. Like, that is definitely a lie. Y'all need to definitely not believe. All right, so it says the truth is that God has said you are free to eat from any tree in the garden except one. So God gave her, like, are you serious? Like, you have all these trees. You can eat from any one, but just don't eat from that tree, right? So it's kind of like God saying, he give us all these guidelines, but just don't do this. But you can do anything else. But no, we want that thing that we shouldn't do, right? Always. It says, in that entire vast garden, God had posted only one keep off sign. Just one. Do not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. That's it. Furthermore, the one restriction God imposed was in the best interest of the couple and was intended to guarantee their long-term blessing and happiness. Just like I just said, it's for a purpose. The reason why God give us these things and that we're supposed to follow and the rules in the Bible, it's a purpose for it. It's just like the law of the land. You should only go 55 miles per hour. The reason why you shouldn't go 90 miles per hour is just because it's just not safe, right? So there's all type of laws that we must follow. So it says God knew that when they ate of the tree, because God knows what will happen if you do what he's telling you not to do, they would die. He knew that if they ate it, they're going to die. He says, and their relationship with him would be severed. They would become slaves to Satan, sin, and self. So that's why he was like, don't do it. Don't do it. The serpent further deceived Eve by lying to her about the consequences of choosing to disobey God. God has said, when you eat of it, you will surely die. Satan countered, you're not going to die. He flatly contradicted what God had already said. Right? And that's what happened. In our mind, things began, it'll be like, no, it's okay. It's okay. Even if you have a drinking problem, go ahead and drink one drink. It's not going to bother you. You can sleep with him. It's all right. Just one time. Then you wind up getting a disease or pregnant. Come on now. Don't believe the lies of the devil. It says the devil seduced Eve by offering her all kinds of benefits if she would just eat just that forbidden fruit. He promised that a whole world of knowledge and experience would be open to her. Your eyes are going to be open. He assured her that she would be equal with God. That is, that she could be her own God. Oh, you're going to be like God if you eat this. Finally, he promised that she would be able to decide for herself what was right and wrong, knowing good and evil. God had already told Adam and Eve what was right and what was wrong. But Satan said in essence, oh, that's his opinion. Okay, that's just God's opinion, but you're entitled to your own opinion. You can make your own decisions about what is right and wrong. Satan deceived Eve by causing her to make her decision based on what she could see and on what her emotions had and her reason told her to be right, even when it was contrary to what God had already told the couple. So it says, when the woman saw the fruit of the tree was good for food and pleasing to the eye, and also desirable for gaining wisdom, she took it and she ate it. That was Genesis 3 and 6. I think we're going to stop there. But let me tell you what I'm going to do. It is up to you when you want to watch these videos. I'm going to title them like 1, 2, you know what I mean? Like part 1, part 2, whatever. And I'm going to try to do more videos so that you guys can just keep going on as often as you like. You know, you don't have to watch them all in one day. Just go ahead, take your time and watch it because it's so good. Like, seriously, when I started reading, I didn't want to stop. So I know y'all not going to want to wait weeks in between. But it's really good. I love, love, love that book. It is such the truth. Like, it is just something that we believe so much. And, like, we can't keep blaming Eve like, oh, man, she was so stupid. It's because of her. No, we do the same thing. How many times have we made a stupid mistake? Even the Bible says don't marry somebody that's unequally yoked. We still do it. We still will get married to somebody who's not a Christian, who's not saved, and then be like, oh, he don't believe in you. He's not a man of God. He's this and he's that. He can't follow the Bible if he's not even a Christian. That's why God said, marry somebody like you. You know what I mean? And then you get in these marriages and you wonder what's happening. Well, you didn't listen to God in the first place, right? This big world of deceit. And it looks so good. It looks so good. Satan comes wrapped and packaged looking so good. We have to learn how to read our Bible, know what the word says. And at that point, we need to be able to say, devil, you better get back. So that's the whole point of this book, is to stop believing the lies that Satan have told us. So we're going to stop right there. I will talk to you all later. Check out those links in the description box in case you're interested in losing weight, getting in shape, or joining the Warbinder for 30 days. We're going to be doing that. But I'll talk to you later, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, guys.